Hi everyone, welcome to Psychic Consultants. This is Agatha. I want to say thank you for all your support. I really appreciate it. I especially want to say thank you to people that have donated, and to let you know that I have emailed the person that won the free reading to everyone that donated in February, and the email has the title Psychic Consultants Winner ! So keep a lookout for that. A couple of things to say about this spread. So this is the love reading for March 2016. Check out your sun, your moon, and your rising sign, because all three of those can resonate, and so I would check out all three and see which one resonates the most, and that's the one for you. Also, one thing to say is check it out. If you're watching early in the month, watch it again later in the month, because sometimes it doesn't make sense and then you don't get the messages, and then if you watch it a bit later, it makes complete sense. So I would definitely recommend that as well. So I'm going to do the kind of 4 cards representing you, 4 cards representing your love, and then the 4 in the middle of the way you kind of interact with one another. A couple of things to say. Your love can represent, it's someone that you're connected to, that you love. It could even be valid for, it makes sense in terms of a different connection with a father or parent or a sister or a brother or a friend or anything. Could be that. But it is usually some kind of love connection. If you're not in a relationship, it could be just someone you have your eye on. I do talk about, if you're single or not as well. It can flip. So sometimes whatever's happening on your row and their row, it might be the opposite. That does happen sometimes. Do like, if you enjoyed it, please. It means a lot to me. Subscribe and share with people that you think would find them helpful as well. I think they're helpful. I get a lot of feedback. If you're interested in a personal reading, details will be below. Otherwise, just lots and lots of love. Thank you very much for your support. The deck that I'm using is the Centenary Rider-Waite deck. It has a couple of extra cards, which are just extra pieces of artwork that I use because I like them and I'm guided to, and they mean a lot to me. They're great cards, so they do come up in a couple. Otherwise, I will stop talking and get on with the readings. Hi Aquarius, I hope you had a great February. Just giving the cards a little bit more of a shuffle, and then we will get going immediately with your March reading. Okay. Right, so representing you on your side, we have the Star card, the 4 of Cups, the Fool, the 7 of Swords. For your love, we have the 9 of Wands, the 4 of Swords, the Ace of Swords, and the 9 of Cups, the Wish card. And these are the collective energies, and we shall turn them over a little later. Check you can see all of those. Right, move that one up a little bit. Okay, and the card on the bottom of the deck is the 7 of Pentacles, and that is all about looking back at the work you've done and patting yourself on the back for it, looking at what you've achieved, and then taking a slight pause before you can move forward. So in relationship, this is about kind of taking a couple of deep breaths. And it is that there's a kind of pause in the action, but I do feel like you want to move forward with something. You don't want to keep going the way you're going. You want to move forward. You want to do something different and maybe go in a slightly different direction, or not just carry on doing this work that this guy's been doing. Do something, maybe move it on to the next level. So we'll see how that plays out in this reading. Yeah, because interestingly, kind of I'm drawn to two cards. They're kind of opposite ends here for you and your love, but they kind of mean the same thing for me. Is this Star card and the Nine of Cups. They're both wish cards for me. The Star card is for me about wishing upon a star. For me, it's the card of miracles. And the Nine of Cups is similar. It's not as strong, but they're both, I mean, they're kind of the same. The Star's just a major arcana, so for me it's a bit stronger. But the Nine of Cups is about, for me it just reminds you of the genie in the bottle. It literally is you kind of, and he has a little bit of a kind of Arabian look to him. I don't know why I perceive him that way, or Russian, I'm not sure. But it's, I feel like it is that you just rub the genie in the bottle and then you get a wish come true, and that's kind of what that card represents for me anyway. And then this wish, the star, is the wish upon a star. When you wish upon a star, all your dreams come true. And just that lovely, I mean, it just speaks for itself, this card. It's beautiful. And the kind of stars in the sky, the brightest star in the sky is yours, and you're free and open, and you know, everything's flowing and cool, and you can have whatever you want. So this is a really great energy, and I feel like it kind of bookends the month, so you can be secure in that. I'm also feeling like you both have the same wish, you both share the same dream, you and this love of yours. So kind of always kind of keep your eye on the prize, and remember that you can have whatever you want, and you deserve the life of your dreams, and this is kind of what it's all about. There is definitely an offer of love for you this month, an offer coming in with this Four of Cups, but I do get that what this card means is that you're not immediately enamored with it. You're not really, you know, you're kind of a bit disappointed with it. You don't actually value it that much, this offer. So there's something coming in. It could be that it's coming in from somebody else outside of this person that you like. It could be that, and that's why you're not interested. Or it could be that it's coming from them and you're not interested in it either. I mean, I feel like it might be coming from somewhere else, because they've got this Four coming up against your Four. They have this Four, which is all about kind of chilling out and rest and not really taking any action. So it doesn't really make sense for this to be them. So I feel like, I mean, to go back to the beginning of the story for them, of the person you're interested in, or the love, or the person you're with, they've got this Nine of Wands, and this is all about confidence and vulnerability for me. So it's about stepping out of your comfort zone and feeling a bit vulnerable and not sure. And I feel as though this is kind of what's going on for them. They're just needing to build up their confidence. They're stepping out of their comfort zone, probably for you, in order to be with you. I think it just that, not that you're making them do anything, but the partnership kind of causes that in them. And they just have to build their confidence up a bit, so they're kind of taking a bit of a rest. I think maybe it's been fast moving, maybe, you know, it has been a bit of a wish upon a star. I mean, I would say that yes, if you're single, you know, love is coming in. You know, if your wish is for love, then it's here, 100%. Multiply, I do feel this is two kind of energies, but this person, love is here, and then your very existence kind of makes them feel a bit insecure. Not insecure, but they have to become more, and then it's kind of like we become more, and then we have to keep up with ourselves. And I feel that that's what's going on with this card for them, and then they kind of maybe put the brakes on and have a little bit of a rest here. That could be what's disappointing you, because this is just kind of the card of disappointment. That you feel like there was an offer, or you know, or that maybe it's disappeared, or you know, I don't know. But it's just nothing to worry about. It's nothing to do with you. It's just them and their confidence that needs to be built up a little bit. So don't freak out about that at all. It's not a big deal. Because, you know, they do find clarity. I think they just need a bit of space to themselves and to rest, take they need a lot of rest time, because I think it's quite big and intense, this kind of energy. Beautiful, it's beautiful, but I think it might not be what they're used to. And so that's why they need a bit of a rest. And it's good that they have that attribute and that quality, and they know when to take a bit of a rest, and they know when to do that. But they do find clarity, and they come through with this Ace of Swords. They're like, yes, no, this is what I want, and I'm going to be victorious, and this is what I'm going to go for. And they kind of end up back at this wish here, which is kind of where you begin. So if you have any fears, I think for this month that things are slowing down, or you're not sure, and they may be even expressing that they're not sure and they're feeling a bit uncomfortable, and it's just kind of like, oh, in response to this Star card, that's a bit of a blockage. It can be perceived as a bit of a blockage, and then there's just kind of no movement. And then I think maybe someone else comes in. You're like, no, I don't want that. I want you. I want the other one. And so there's just a little bit of a story playing out there, but just don't worry about it. It's nothing to do with you, and it's just that they need to just kind of catch up with themselves, as I said. And it gives them great clarity. It gives them great clarity about what they want, and they're ready to go, and they're going for it, and they will be victorious. And they become a kind of warrior for themselves, the warrior of love. Even though it's a sword, it's just the sword of truth. It's all about victory and winning. And also, it is about being mental, working it out. I think, this Four of Swords is about working out how it can work, how they can be victorious. And that's just what was going on for them. And it's all about you just being okay with that, and whilst that's going on, and not being too disappointed and not feeling too disappointed. Because life's too short, and you do have this, never goes anywhere. You do have this. This is a big major arcana card. And they're inviting you, though, to take a leap of faith with this Fool. The Fool is, for me, very much a card of love, because it's all about not having any conditions. Real love, true love, doesn't have any conditions. And the Fool just leaps. He doesn't need guarantees. He just goes and seeks life and experience and fun and joy. And that's basically what love does, because it has no fear. It doesn't need anything. It just loves everything. So even it has no fear of even the darkness. It just goes, it just leaps. And this is what you're being inspired to. This is what this wish upon a star is. But it's kind of similar to them. You need to kind of step up into your own kind of immortality in terms of love. It's kind of a bit of a card of immortality, that nothing can really break you with this faith that the Fool has. And so, allow that to emerge, and this is what's going to happen with you. It's just you're going to fall in love with love, and you're going to want to go. I do feel a little bit, though, because it's kind of facing the other way, that you may feel like you want to somehow leap away. Maybe this other person that comes in here, you may be interested. It may be that you're kind of, there could be a story here that this person that you're with, you kind of a bit had enough, and they kind of a bit insecure. They're not sure if it's yes or it's no. They keep, not making any movement or anything. This other person makes an offer to you, and you're a bit disappointed, but then you kind of feel like, oh no, I want to leap somewhere. I want to go. I just want to be in love. And then you might try and leap in the other direction because you're afraid, but you are kind of taking something away from them. You are. This is the connection that you have with this person. You do want the same thing, and this is a wish come true. It is a dream come true. And if you do move away from them, you are kind of this is a card of betrayal. This guy's kind of stolen all these swords from the camp in the night. He's the deserter. And you do become the deserter if you do that. If you take that Fool off into another direction. So just be a little bit aware of that. Let's flip over these middle cards. Let's see what's going on. Okay, Queen of Swords at the top. Okay, interesting. 5 of Wands, 8 of Pentacles, and 3 of Cups. Okay, so, yeah, I get that This is actually bigger than we thought, this conflict here. Or this, you really take issue with this uncertainty that they have and this kind of not moving, not doing anything. And this Queen of Swords emerged. She's the divorce queen. She's the ice queen. She just wants things to get done, and she kind of pushes things to a head. She's like, no, okay, let's just call a spade, and let's just see what's going on. And yeah, she's emerged there kind of between the two of you, and this is kind of what can be seen. So there's some proper conflict, I do think, and I think maybe this was instigated by this other offer from this other person here, and that's why she's come up, because it's kind of pushed it all to a head, and you've just, even though this is a wish, this is the thing that keeps coming up though, this is a wish come true for you, this person, they are your wish come true. But it's just your kind of impatience, I think, and I understand why though. I get it. They, I feel like even they're communicating, or they're saying, or they're blatantly saying it's a no, or I'm not ready, or I'm not sure, I don't know if I want that, or that kind of thing. And it's 2 cards here, quite heavy, and it's just big. And I can understand why you have an offer from someone else, and you're like, okay, do you know what? If you can't step up to the plate, somebody else will. And that's what you do, and you perceive a lot of conflict. But though you're not quite sure though, you see, because there's this conflict here. You don't know whether to go for this one or to kind of, or even if it's not representative of a person, it could be just other offers from other places, which you don't really want though, to be honest. You don't really want those. This is, it's not actually, you don't really have interest in those other offers. You do want this person. I just feel like, as I said at the beginning, there's this connection here across. That your wishes are the same wishes. Your dream is the same dream, and it will come true. It's there to take. And they are willing to work. It may be that they do have some other work commitments as well. That they're always working and they're not available. I think you're coming up against lots of kind of practical reasons why this person isn't a good idea, but I think you're just losing sight of the fact that if you wish for it, you can have it. Forget about all the circumstances. You make the wish, it will come true, and it will be their wish. It's going to line up. It is lined up. But you do, and you will be betraying them. You'll be walking away, kind of betraying yourself. You will. You'll be the betrayer if you move away. But it is important that this has been cultivated, as I explained, this Fool card, that you just leap and you go. And it's very important that you leap, but I would really leap in this direction. I wouldn't leap out here. Ooh. Yeah, and get rid of the betrayal. Absolutely, Fool. Fool's like, no, we don't want the betrayal card. No. Kicked him out the way. So, but he's still there. But it's a bit, you don't have to go there though. That's why these readings are interesting, because you have a choice. You be ready for what's coming, and you can see whether you would like that or not. You always have a choice. The reading I give, that's why they happen. It's because you can basically see where you're at. You have to know where you're at to then see where you're going. It's basically saying, this is where you're at, this is where you're going. Do you want to go in that direction or not? This is the way that it works. So, you do have a choice. You always have a choice. At the base here of the two of you, of this connection, there is this 3 of Cups, and this is all about socializing and having fun and having a good time. Could even be some kind of work connection, that you met them at work or something. Also, it could be a bit of a triangle. There's a 3 energy there, so it could be that they're involved with someone else. I get the understanding, the idea that they've been kind of actually kind of playing you around a bit, maybe not deliberately, but they just haven't been making a decision. Even if there isn't anybody else involved, they haven't been making a decision. It's kind of annoying, and I get it. I can feel that. I feel you. But this, you're conflicted, and it's kind of horrible that you're conflicted. You don't know whether to go in or out. This Fool energy, you don't know whether to take it towards them or to kind of take it out to the future, whether your future is there or your future is there. I'm kind of saying future is here, so I would kind of go with that. But it is up to you, like I said. Let's just pull a little outcome card here. Okay, so let's go for that one. Six of Cups. So no matter what you do, it's going to come back. It's going to come back. Well, now I've done this second time I've done that. So now the King of Wands is on the bottom of the deck. So that might be valid to some of you. King of Wands could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius for some of you. But he's going to come back. They're going to come back to haunt you. He or she, whoever it is. Not to haunt you, but it's basically that you can't. This is a connection, a strong connection. That's. It's just. For me, this is a kind of soulmate card for me, kind of past life connection. There's something of value here, and that was very available from the beginning in these two wish cards. And I think you know that you can't really get away from them. And if it is a bit of an off and on thing, it will be off and they always come back. But it's up to you to kind of. What I'm actually going to let you know is that they are going to come to some clarity if you let them, if you just kind of give them a bit of space and don't get upset about them feeling a little bit insecure and maybe not taking much action, because I feel like that's been going on for a little while. If you get okay with that, they will find the clarity, they will take the action. This is what this card's about, the clarity and the action, and then wishes coming true, because you do have to take action to get those wishes. They're there for us, but we do have to take the action. We have to grab the opportunities whilst they're there. And they'll come to that realization. So just be a bit patient and don't be the deserter, is my advice, or the advice of the cards. Okay, just a bit of extra advice. I want to pull you a card from the Tantric Dakini Oracle by Nick Douglas and Penny Slinger, which I really enjoy. It's a bit out there, very interesting imagery, very interesting kind of ideas, kind of spiritual, very kind of metaphysical kind of spiritual ideas that are fun and a bit different. So I'm going to pull you one of these. Just a little bit of a shuffle. Okay, so for Aquarius. Okay, this is come up for you. It just came up for the last one. So it's number 36, the Guardian, and I will read that for you. Just came across that just remember that this Queen of Swords could be you as well. I missed that. But yeah, I mean, a little bit kind of stand your ground. But I also do feel that she's a bit, you're in that position where you're kind of like having enough. So it's just you as the Queen of Swords, but it's still the Queen of Swords and kind of what I said. Still the same. Okay, so number 36, Guardian. So it says, Guardian bears the number 36, signifying entry into the higher tantric initiations. According to the classification by elements, this is a fire card, normally related to the suit of wands in the minor arcana of the traditional tarot. A huge terrifying face of Mahakala, the great tantric guardian and occult personification of great time, fills this card. He is depicted holding a skull bowl from which a smaller form of himself surrounded by flames is seen to emerge. As a wrathful deity, he is depicted with an open-fanged mouth, wide bloodshot eyes and fiery eyebrows. The skull bowl is the symbol of renunciation from the ways of the world and the recognition of the power inherent in the tantric path. This aspect is the guardian of the Kagyudpa lineage, the tantric sect of Tibet, whose mystic form is conceived of as resting within the cavern of the heart. The curled tongue is a sign of the spiral or cyclical nature of all existence. Interesting. It says this card represents the presence of a most potent form of protection. Mahakala is the devourer of all the enemies of truth, burning up all illusion, and both swallowing and creating karmas, the patterns of destiny. The drawing of this card indicates the presence of a guardian angel. So this is that there is basically something of great power on your side. And I do feel like this is about kind of eating up all your kind of fears a little bit. And again, this kind of guardian angel thing, it is about like this kind of protection, this protection that you have, this fierce spirit that can protect you from anything, and that's offering you a little bit like the guardian angel, just kind of can give you what you need when you need it. And this is kind of here again in this wishes of the Star and the Nine of Cups. So I do feel like everything's cool. And I mean, this guy, yeah, he's pretty scary, but you know, when he's on your side, he's on your side. So he's got your back. He's got your back. And yeah, I do feel like it is a good month because this person is going to come to their senses and your wish is going to come true. So just don't let it be too late for you, and don't be the deserter this time. Don't do to them maybe what you feel like they've done to you, because that's just silly. All right then, I hope you enjoyed that. I did. Thanks very much for watching. Please subscribe if you enjoyed it and you haven't and you would like to see my readings when they are uploaded. If you'd like a personal reading, the details will be below. Yeah, they take place over Skype usually, or similar. We can work it out. And it's just about, yeah, clarifying where you are, clarifying where you want to go, and the most joyful, loving way to get there for you and everyone around you, and fulfilling your highest potential, empowering yourself. This is what I use the tarot for. So if you're interested in that, please do take a look and book a reading if you would like. Do share with your friends if you enjoyed it, if you think they will, and like if you liked. And otherwise, have a lovely March, and I will see you again very soon. Lots of love.